Hello, my name is April, and welcome to the 5-minute grant making sessions. What is a grant and why do you need one? A grant is primarily and always about funding. So, how does your design justify the need for funding? How does it make the best use of those funds? And how does it offer the best return on investment? A grant is also a binding document, primarily between the funding agency and the funded institution. So the PI is responsible for the management of the award, but the institution gets it and offers support. An important thing to think about is, are you ready and interested in managing the project if you are awarded? If you are the PI, you're going to need to be also a manager of those funds once you're awarded. And then the funding is also restricted to be spent according to the grant. It's not your money and you can't just do anything you want with it. So this binding document will clarify the rules for spending and essentially set things on track from the moment you design the project. Another aspect of grants is that it's also a mechanism for action, and it's a mechanism for the funding agency who acts through the grants. They expect measurable outcomes to fulfill their strategic vision and mission under their core values. The awarded institution also acts through the grants. They impact the community and develop their internal structure to further impact community and society at a broader level. And then the community acts through the grants. They are engaged and they are supported to grow with this mechanism. So it's also about the advancements, even though this is not the initial priority in many cases, but the advancements in the careers of those involved. It will always happen. Every grant will advance the career of everyone involved. And it also will advance science in one way or another. It will push knowledge forward, it will push our knowledge as a group, and it will motivate people to pursue further advancements beyond that project. So, to illustrate this a little bit and talk a little more freely about this, I created the funding ecosystem graph here that you see in the screen. And essentially, what you see here are three levels. The first is the funding agency. Then the second is the funded institutions who get the award. And the third level is the community, the society. And as you can see, the funding agency supports the funded institutions who then turn that funding into action and implement the project into society. All of that has a feedback loop that comes back from community into the institutions. And that relationship between community and institutions is sometimes very close in things like research, practice partnerships that are ongoing. And the feedback is really important because that's what's going to shape the projects that the funding agencies are going to release in the upcoming funding cycle. So it's really a cyclic mechanism that learns from what happens in those projects. So how does this reflect into your design? The idea is that if you have this ecosystem in mind, you can place the components of your grant project within these different circles and within these different levels, and you can answer to the needs of the community with some components, of the funded institutions, of your institution with another component, and of the funding agency with other components of your project. So you're going to be answering to all of these levels through the design of your project and through the execution, most importantly. The grant is nothing if it's not really generating impact. So by understanding the ecosystem overview, you come into the project with a much stronger perspective into generating impact for your grant. So This is it for today, and I'll see you in the next video.